have a manuscript sitting on a shelf somewhere collecting dust because you don't know what to do with it, or you think it costs too much money to have it published? Or do you have a book idea and you just haven't gotten started or putting it down on paper yet? It's all up in your head or in your heart. Well, you could be honest about it. I truly understand because it took me 8 years to get my first book done, another two to get the second one done, and then another 4 years to get the next four done, and then another 2 years to get the next one done. So I am Jo Anne Meekins, empowerment publisher and coach, and I'm here to share my journey of how I went to unpublished to published to publisher. Just a little bit about it. It's an encouragement to you. So in 2000, I was led to write 3 books, and I knew what they were. I had the titles for them, and the some of the work was already done because I've been a poet since I was a child, and so my first 2 books are poetry books, and I had a lot of material, but it still took me 8 years to get that first one out. So it's a process, and it's because I didn't know what to do. And so the first book is called On Solid Ground, Inspirational Poetry for All Occasions. And I did this one through Author House. They had a $3.99 special, and I took them up on it, not knowing about all of the other hidden fees and stuff that come up. So that $3.99 special turned into a few $1,000s before everything was all said and done. Thinking I had to do this and get this done, and for marketing and all of that. Didn't know any better. So when it came time for me to do my second book, which was called For Such a Time as This, I didn't want to go the same route. I couldn't go the same route because I didn't have the money. So I created the book on a Word document, and I went to Staples and had it bound. And this is what it looked like. So most people, upon glancing at it, thought it was a calendar. But I got a lot of support from my coworkers and my church at the time. And so it was, it was what it was. And I had a second product, and I was good. But inside, I wasn't satisfied. And so one day I had a conversation with one of my prayer partners from a prayer line, Reverend Valerie Love. I got to give her a shout out because she changed my life with this information. And so she introduced me to a free online resource where I can go on there and set everything up and publish the book myself and make it look like this. So I went from this to this. And it just I was so excited about it. And I was just so like, wow, this is amazing. I mean, the cover and everything, it had templates. I was able to do the cover inside. And, it was just automatically available on all of the online bookstore retail stores. And so I didn't have to worry about distribution, and everything was just all included. They had templates for the layout, and I'm so excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to do all my books like that. And so I was set. So she was so impressed with me taking action that she was doing a coaching program at the time on how to write and publish your book. And so she invited me to be a guest teacher on there and to talk about my process and everything. And so I came on and I shared my story, and I had, I created, like a PDF, showing them the process and everything of what I did. And so out of that group, a couple of the people, well, actually 4 of the people wanted me to help them with their books. And so that's how I began to start helping other people with the publishing process. I still really wasn't gung ho on doing it. I still just really wanted to do it for myself, And so, and they really had to insist on my help, And so one of my sister friends that was in the group, she was like, God is telling me you got to edit my book and everything. And so, she said, God said, so I did. So I helped her. I helped another sister. I talked to some others. And so, and they got their books published. And then 4 years later, and in the interim, I was helping other people as well, but it just seemed like nobody had the money to pay for my services. So my third book ended up being How to Self-Publish in Excellence within 10 days. And in doing that book, I actually did it in 6, but the publishing part, not the writing part, because it's step by step and I had the photos and everything. But I figured to create another option for people who couldn't hire me to do their services, I would give them a product that would teach them how to do it step by step. And so that's what I did with that book. And I realized that I'm just being led to help people through this process. So I knew that I would be publishing more of my own books, and I knew that I would be helping other people publish their books. So I decided to create my own publishing company, which is something that Reverend Valerie Love had suggested, like 4 years earlier, but I just wasn't feeling that. And then I just kind of was ushered into it. And so I decided, this is what I'm going to do. So I did it. I ended up creating Inspired for You Publications, which is an imprint of my other company, Inspired for You Ministries. And so I started my publishing company and created that book. And let me just pause for a second and get it because I want to show you. So this is the publishing book. And so that was the next book. I should have had all my books over here. I'm not going to get up again. But so I created that book to help other people to do it themselves. And that's pretty much how I got, ushered into becoming a publisher. And it's been lovely. It's been lovely. I'm gifted at it. I love what I do. I love the creative process. I love working from my computer, and I love helping people. And so, if you have a manuscript that you haven't published yet, I invite you to check out How to Self-Publish in Excellence within 10 days, because you can, if the manuscript is already done, it won't take you anytime to get it uploaded and stuff. I suggest that it be edited though. You always need to have it edited and another pair of eyes on it. And but I invite you to check out the book and see, for yourself. And I'll have a link in the description below. And for those of you who haven't started it, you got everything up in your head, I say put it down. If you're challenged in struggling with how to organize your thoughts, how to organize your content, I have a free PDF download. It's a questionnaire checklist that helps you to go through certain questions to ask yourself about your content to get it organized and ready from sections to the overview, everything. And so, and it's just like a one-page document that you can look at and help you organize your thoughts and get it down on paper and make your points, communicate clearly to the audience that you're speaking to. And it'd be helpful. And it's a free PDF download. And that link will be in the description to this video as well. So I invite you to move, to take action, to get that book off the shelf, to get it out of your head, and to get it done. There are so many resources available to you, and you can do it for next to nothing. Trust me on that. So until my next video, have a blessed day. Peace and love.